This movie feels like it was written by an 8-year-old that's had too many Pop-Tarts. And then she's a spy, and then they're in love. And then she killed the hacker, and then she was brainwashed. And then she was a double agent, and then she shoots him in the heart. But then she's a triple agent, and he lived because she shot him perfectly in between the heart. And then there's a smoke dance, and then MK Ultra brainwashing. And then the hacker is actually alive. And then it was in the Kingsman universe. So there's a conspiracy theory online that states that maybe, possibly, J.K. Rowling secretly wrote this movie and used a pen name, right? The conspiracy theory comes from the idea of, there was a pitch once, what if wizards are actually real, and one of them showed up on J.K. Rowling's doorstep one day, right? That's the idea, the concept. I'll be real with y'all. I don't think J.K. Rowling could write something this bad. So Argylle has this novel idea, do you get it? That what if an author wrote a book and it was real? What if Ellie Conway wrote a book and the events of that book actually happened? Now that's a great idea. It could be downright fun. But this film takes the idea and beats it over the head like the idea stole the film's wife and kids. So this movie gets very convoluted very fast, so please try to keep up. The film opens with Agent Argylle being caught in the field. His tech person is shot in the heart and dies. His backup, Wyatt, stops the bad guy, and they find out that the head of their spy agency is actually a bad guy. So they must find the silver bullet that will clear their names with files that will expose the bad guys. And that's book 4, mind you. Turns out the books are real, and the other spy agencies are coming after her. The real spy agencies, after all. And so the real Agent Argylle saves her and recruits her. They track down the hacker that has the silver bullet, but he's not there. Instead, he left clues. They follow the clues until Ellie hears Agent Argylle saying, I want to put a bullet in her head. She runs off and reconvenes with her mother and her father. Turns out her father is the head of the evil spy agency, Bryan Cranston. So we're currently on like twist number 3, mind you. Then it turns out Agent Argylle is a good guy, killing Ellie's parents, who turn out to both be bad guys. And then Agent Argylle and Ellie both go to a wine vineyard in France, and it turns out Ellie is the actual Agent Argylle, or actually Agent R. Kyle, because do you get it? Meanwhile, Sam Rockwell, who is too good for this movie, is actually Wyatt, aka John Cena's character, and he and Ellie are actually in love. And I think we're on like twist number 7 at this point. It's also at this moment I want to stop the review just for a split moment to make a point. So apparently some people in the news media outlet thought it was wise or relevant to ask Dallas Bryce Howard why she didn't lose weight for the role of playing a spy agent, to which my response is, and I mean this genuinely, fuck you. And then they go to the secret keeper. As it turns out, she had the silver bullet the entire time, or the USB that has the incriminating files. The MacGuffin, if you will. However, they do get caught by the agency. And then, super twist, Ellie was actually a double agent the whole time. She was brainwashed into thinking that the evil doctor and Bryan Cranston, who are alive, mind you, are actually her parents. She killed the hacker who was supposed to help them. She even shoots Wyatt, or Aiden, or Sam Rockwell at this point, to prove her loyalty. She then tries to betray the agency, but it turns out she couldn't get the files out in time, and she is caught. Also, mind you, Aiden is alive as she shot him in the plot armor. I mean, in the part of the human heart where you can shoot someone and they'll live. Are you fucking kidding me? Someone give me a god. Aiden saves Ellie, and now they're trying to get away in this stylized but stupid gunfight with smoke, dancing, and I hate it so goddamn much. Then we get a scene that I actually hate to say this, I actually kind of like. Ellie skating on oil. It wasn't terrible. It's at this point that we're on the roof of a building, which actually turns out to be an oil tanker in the middle of the ocean, with Ellie and Aiden about to send the information to Samuel L. Jackson. That way, they can finally take down the spy agency. Turns out Ellie, or Argylle, had MK Ultra levels of brainwashing done to her, and she is then ordered to kill Aiden. And yet, even more bullshit. Up until now, Kira, the tech person from the book who was killed at the very beginning, who in real life, remember, the books are kind of based in reality, so she didn't die, but she sort of did, but not really, because she was shot in the heart. Just go with it. Is alive and knocks out the evil scientist. Oh yeah, and she's the one that told Ellie about the 2-inch heart bullet trick thing. This movie's so bad, and not even like bad in a good way, but like in an infuriating way where you can tell the producers and the director and the writer were all like, this is so clever, but it's not. It's just stupid. You know what? I'm recording this. I actually just took a seat because I'm about to drop some knowledge. Okay. So here's a lesson to anyone that wants to be a writer. Trust between the storyteller and the audience is sacred and fragile. You start out with a certain level of trust when you have a movie, a book, a show, or whatever, when it starts. Sure, you can have a few twists along the way, but with each twist, you slowly erode away at the trust until the audience says, "This is stupid." Look at The Walking Dead. Everything went downhill when they faked out killing Glenn by killing Abraham, and we all sighed, relief. Until Glenn was also killed. And it didn't feel like it was part of the story. It almost felt like an FU straight from the writers of The Walking Dead to the audience. It felt almost disrespectful in a way that they would treat us like this. So, their ratings dropped, and now they're not even close to what they used to be. Granted, they have like 3 different branch shows, but that's because those shows are all that's what's keeping AMC alive right now. This film is bad because it thinks using twists so readily makes it good, but in reality, it's constantly contradicting itself, and that's a bad thing. There is style in this film, but with everything flipping so much, it's hard to look past so many contradictions. It's like the Fast and the Furious franchise. John Cena died in the last one, right? Well, to be honest, I don't really believe it because they resurrect characters all the time. You can get away with it once in Letty, but you keep bringing back Han and Giselle and Shaw, and at some point, you stop believing anything or any information that you're being given. This film will constantly contradict itself and will not follow the rules it set itself. This movie's an F in my book, and it flopped this past weekend, so I think I know what I'm saying this time around. Shout out to all the people that hated my Saltburn review. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. That said, what did y'all think? Go ahead and comment down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. Don't waste your time watching Argylle, and we'll catch y'all next time. We'll see everybody.